was going to tell me to tell you he love you. He say he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what?
Mello, that's what NBA Youngboy right now, right? I don't know if it's his little thing, whatever. Suck on that balcony on that chair for $100.
Jesus Christ.
I told her I got 100 for you. That's all I got.
Yeah, he got a deal. yeah, he got a deal.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of hip-hop's most complex and twisted beefs, the ongoing saga between 6ix9ine and NBA Youngboy. This ain't your typical rap beef, shorty. This is a story that spans years, involves snitching, million-dollar offers, murder cases, and label politics. We're talking about two of the most controversial figures in rap and how their relationship went from mutual respect to straight-up warfare. So buckle up, gang, because this story is wild from start to finish. Let me break it down for you, homie. Back in 2018, both 6ix9ine and NBA Youngboy were on that timing. They were the hottest young rappers in the game. 6ix9ine was blowing up with his rainbow hair and aggressive style, while Youngboy was building his empire from Baton Rouge. These weren't just regular artists, fam. These were two forces of nature that were changing the whole landscape of hip-hop. Now here's where it gets interesting. Despite what you might think about their current relationship, these two actually had mad respect for each other back in the day. We're talking about a time when the streets still respected the streets, you feel me? 6ix9ine himself told this story, and it's one that really shows you how different things were back then. Picture this, it's 2018, the rap game is heating up, and these two young kings are crossing paths. According to 6ix9ine, NBA Youngboy actually walked up to him and showed him love, not just a head nod or some fake industry handshake, real respect. 6ix9ine described it like this: Youngboy saw him and greeted him properly, kept it moving like a real one should. And you know what 6ix9ine said about it? He called Youngboy a real nigga, and said that most people be scared to come up to them. But Youngboy wasn't on that type of energy. He was one of the coolest people you could meet, according to 6ix9ine.
So like, who's someone that you had a perception in your head that might be negative, that you met, and then they completely proved you wrong?
I think NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
So I thought NBA Youngboy, like, you know, had a, like, want to be down, like, how I say, like, I met him at a basketball game, but this is before cooperation.
Okay, what year? Oh, this is like 2018-ish? Like,
yeah, I just walked up to him by myself.
Oh shit.
He said it. I got it right here. You want to see it? So
We believe you.
he's like, yo, I walked with 6ix9ine. He mad cool. He came up to me by himself.
And this in New York City?
No, it was in LA.
LA, okay.
I'm gonna see. I saved it, but NBA Youngboy, he's pretty down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just misunderstood, bro. I think people just misunderstand his music, but it's real.
Yeah, people think he's like reckless and violent. I mean,
Nah, he's not. He's actually, he only fuck with people who fuck with him.
This is important, y'all, because it shows that before all the drama, before all the politics, these two actually recognized each other as real ones in the game. Youngboy wasn't intimidated by 6ix9ine's reputation, and 6ix9ine respected Youngboy's authenticity. It was genuine mutual respect between two artists who were both grinding their way to the top.
6ix9ine was going to tell me to tell you he love you. He say he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what? We some of the coolest niggas you can meet. That nigga see me and greeted me though, and kept it going. Real nigga. Y'all met each other.
But as we all know, the streets have a way of changing everything, and what happened next would set the stage for years of tension. Now let's fast forward to 2020, and everything done changed, no cap. 6ix9ine's world came crashing down when he got caught up in that RICO case with the 9 Trey Bloods. We all know what happened next. Homie decided to cooperate with the feds, and just like that, he became the most hated man in hip-hop. When 6ix9ine came home from jail, he was basically blackballed from the industry. Nobody wanted to work with him, nobody wanted to be associated with him, and his career was hanging by a thread. The same artists who used to show him love were now treating him like he had the plague. That's the reality of the streets, fam. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. But 6ix9ine wasn't ready to give up. He had money, he had a plan, and he was determined to make a comeback. So what did he do? He started reaching out to artists with serious bag, trying to buy his way back into relevance. And guess who was at the top of his list? NBA Youngboy. According to 6ix9ine, he offered Youngboy a cool $1 million to do a song with him. $1 million, gang, that's not play money. That's serious bread that could change someone's life. And for a minute there, it looked like it might actually happen. 6ix9ine revealed that Youngboy was actually considering it. They had conversations, they were working out the details, and it seemed like the collaboration was going to go down. This would have been huge for 6ix9ine's comeback, and a major bag for Youngboy. But here's where it gets crazy. Youngboy ended up backing out at the last minute. According to 6ix9ine, Youngboy didn't want to be the first person to jump the gun and work with him after the cooperation situation. The pressure from the streets, the potential backlash, and the politics of the situation were just too much.
Like we spoke after cooperation, like when I gave Kodak $1 million, I guess NBA Youngboy, and I could tell you this, Act was, we were gonna pay, when we did that Kodak feature, we already had, not saying that Kodak was our second option, we just had the $1 million there to, do the video with fume vapes and all that shit. But I guess NBA Youngboy was, I guess he didn't want to be the first person to jump, the gun.
But wait, it gets even more complicated, shorty. After Youngboy pulled out, guess who stepped up to the plate? Lil Tim, Youngboy's homie who's known for that King Von situation. Yeah, that Lil Tim. For those who don't know, Lil Tim is the one who allegedly killed King Von outside that Atlanta hookah lounge back in 2020. This dude is not someone you play with, and he's deeply connected to Youngboy's circle. So when he showed interest in doing the $1 million collaboration with 6ix9ine, it was a big deal. 6ix9ine was probably thinking he hit the jackpot. If he couldn't get Youngboy directly, getting someone from his inner circle would be the next best thing. Lil Tim had street credibility. He was hot in the streets because of the King Von situation, and a collaboration would still give 6ix9ine that connection to Youngboy's world that he was looking for. But just like with Youngboy, Lil Tim ended up pulling out too. The politics were just too heavy, fam. Working with 6ix9ine after the snitching situation was career suicide for anyone trying to maintain their street credibility. Even $1 million wasn't worth the potential backlash and loss of respect in the streets. This left 6ix9ine frustrated and probably feeling some type of way about the whole situation. He had the money, he had the desire to work, but nobody wanted to take the risk of being associated with him. That kind of rejection can turn respect into resentment real quick. Fast forward to recently, and 6ix9ine decided he was tired of playing nice. During an appearance on Adin Ross's stream, he went completely off script and started exposing what he claimed was the truth about NBA Youngboy's situation with his record label. Now, this is where things get really spicy, gang. 6ix9ine didn't just throw shots, he went for the jugular. He claimed that Youngboy was getting played by Atlantic Records, that they owned all his music, and that despite being one of the hottest rappers in the game, Youngboy was basically a puppet for the label. Here's exactly what 6ix9ine said. The hottest rapper right now is NBA Youngboy. They own all his music, Atlantic. If I'm lying, I'm flying right here.
The hottest rapper right now is NBA Youngboy. They own all his music, Atlantic. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And he's right here. Cap.
This was a direct attack on Youngboy's credibility and his business acumen. In hip-hop, owning your masters and having control over your music is everything. It's the difference between being a boss and being an employee. So for 6ix9ine to publicly claim that Youngboy didn't own his music was basically calling him a fraud. But 6ix9ine didn't stop there. He went on to explain how the label system works, how artists get trapped in these deals, and how they end up having to sell their catalogs just to get liquid cash. He was basically giving a masterclass on how the music industry exploits artists, using Youngboy as his prime example. The timing of this was crucial too. Youngboy has been very vocal about his issues with Atlantic Records, and there have been ongoing rumors about his contract situation. So 6ix9ine wasn't just throwing random shots, he was hitting where it hurt the most. Now, if you know anything about NBA Youngboy, you know he's not the type to let disrespect slide. When 6ix9ine made those claims about his music ownership, Youngboy had to respond, and he did it the only way he knows how, through his music. Youngboy dropped a track where he directly addressed 6ix9ine's claims. The key line that everyone's talking about is, "Nigga, I don't do this shit with big set of tickets. Nigga, I don't get my percent. What the f you talking?" Yeah, he said, "Nigga, I get my whole percentage. What the f you talking about?" This was Youngboy's way of saying that 6ix9ine was completely wrong about his situation. He was making it clear that he does own his music, he does get his percentages, and 6ix9ine was just talking out his ass. But the response was about more than just the ownership claims. It was about respect, credibility, and setting the record straight. Youngboy has worked too hard to build his empire to let someone like 6ix9ine tear it down with false information. According to industry insiders, Youngboy actually reached out to people in the media to make sure they understood his position. He wanted it to be clear that unlike his early days with Atlantic, his current deals are structured in a way that gives him ownership and control over his music. But let's keep it real, fam. This beef is about way more than just music ownership or collaboration offers. This is about two different philosophies of how to navigate the rap game. 6ix9ine represents the controversial route. Do whatever it takes to stay relevant, even if it means cooperating with law enforcement. His whole career post-jail has been built on controversy, shock value, and saying whatever will get people talking. Youngboy, on the other hand, represents the traditional street code. Keep it real, don't cooperate with police, and let your music speak for itself. Even when he's had his own legal troubles, he's never crossed the line that 6ix9ine crossed. This fundamental difference in their approaches to the game is what makes their conflict so interesting. It's not just personal beef, it's a clash of ideologies about what it means to be a real rapper in today's industry. The $1 million offer situation also reveals something important about both artists. For 6ix9ine, it showed his desperation to buy back his credibility and relevance. For Youngboy, it showed that no amount of money was worth compromising his principles and street credibility. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the label situation that 6ix9ine exposed. While his delivery was messy and clearly motivated by personal beef, some of his points about the music industry were actually valid. The reality is that most artists, especially early in their careers, do sign deals that heavily favor the labels. Atlantic Records, like most major labels, has a history of signing artists to deals that give the label significant control and ownership over the music. However, Youngboy's situation is more complex than 6ix9ine made it seem. While he may have had unfavorable terms early in his career, his recent deals have been structured much differently. As his leverage and popularity have grown, so has his ability to negotiate better terms. The key difference between Youngboy and many other artists is his incredible work ethic and output. He's released hundreds of songs, multiple projects per year, and has built a fan base that's incredibly loyal. This gives him leverage that most artists don't have. When you're dropping as much music as Youngboy does, and it's all performing well, labels have to respect your position. You're not just another artist they can control. You're a money-making machine that they need to keep happy. So there you have it, gang. The complete saga of 6ix9ine versus NBA Youngboy. From mutual respect in 2018 to $1 million offers to public beef in 2024. This story has everything. Street politics, industry drama, snitching allegations, and two of the most polarizing figures in hip-hop going at each other's throats. What makes this beef so fascinating is that it represents larger themes in hip-hop culture. Questions about authenticity, street credibility, industry politics, and what it really means to be successful in the rap game. Will these two ever squash their beef? Probably not. Their fundamental differences in how they approach the game make it unlikely that they'll ever see eye to eye. But that's what makes it compelling content for us, the fans. What do you think, fam? Who's right in this situation? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more hip-hop drama breakdowns, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there, and remember, keep it real, but keep it smart. Peace.